Welcome back to One Last Year podcast. This is episode 29, and due to some regularly scheduled technical difficulties, we're alone again, and we did not know what to do. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna chill. I've got my TV campfire ready. We're sitting around. I've got 3 servings of food. I've got a burger. I've got pretzels and popcorn. And what I've elected to do
Ian's got 30-year-old
is
cornbread.
I DoorDashed Ian a probably a pound of cornbread about half an hour ago, and some uh, definitely infected
Cornbread.
pulled pork. And we were a little bit in a panic in the group chat recently, so we were, grasping at straws trying to find ideas. And me being the geek host that I am, I I texted all my feelings. I sent two probably longer than the essays that I would write in English class length texts to the group chat. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do a Jacob Summers iceberg video. They're gonna call out things that I said. They're gonna be like, I'm interested in this. I want to hear this story. And I'm gonna tell them that story. And I'm gonna get bored halfway through and stop telling stories. All right, gentlemen, let's start.
Okay. We're going off of things you
You
said.
can explain the situation more. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling.
Okay, I
don't really
honestly
know what's going on
I don't
either.
fully understand it. We're going off of things you said in the group chat.
Oh my god, I'd actually
As you wish.
read these. Okay. Wait, what? So where do you want us to start, Jacob?
Don't care.
What?
I'd like to hear about how the science department came to TBK. A little bias.
All right. It was a beautiful night, rainy and stormy. I was working my shift at TBK, and I was working with my boy, Killian Barker, and I walk out to one of the bowling lanes to serve a glorious meal, and I find Mr. Kopnick, a beacon of hope, is standing above me, about 7 feet high above me, and I go, "Whoa, that guy's here. How's it going?" And I walk past him, and he does not say anything to me. I'm gonna hope he did not notice me, but he ignored me. And then after that, I got an order for their lane, for Mr. Kopnick's lane, and I brought it to them. And to my whatever the opposite of dismay is, I found that the entire science department, except for Mr. Grannon, was at the bowling lane having a nice old time.
Wait,
I find it very comical that Mr. Grannon was the only one left out.
That's the most
Because
Mr.
it makes
Grannon
perfect
thing to
sense
do.
to me.
Wait, when
I'm
was
actually-
this?
It makes-
When was this?
This was like a week ago.
Oh well, he did just have a kid like a week ago. Well, not him, but
Oh,
I don't.
his his what?
Huh?
His wife?
I said.
Did you say his granddaughter or his wife?
No, I said his wife. I said he had a kid, but then I clarified because technically, he was not the one who gave birth. Believe it or not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm
I
actually
don't believe it.
I'm kind of stupid because when I thought you said the entire science department came to TBK, I for some reason thought it was gonna be a bunch of students.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put that together either. I thought like every single science student ever was at.
Except for Mr. Grannon.
Right. Is that the whole story?
But-
Did anything happen? Did they like use?
No, yeah, they ordered. I
Were
think
they
at
good
least
bowlers?
I
They bowl.
I forgot to look at the screen. I don't really understand bowling numbers, bowling scores. I don't know if high is good or high is bad.
High is good.
I don't think Mr. Kopnick was actually winning, but I kept running food over to them, and I hate to say it, but they were one of those tables that like doesn't know who ordered each piece of food. They were kind of a terrible group of people, but they were the science department, so I had a smile on my face the whole time. I was it's okay, Miss Talala.
You better hope you don't have another science class for the rest of the school year. They're gonna fail you.
No, because I was enjoying it. I was not anguished with them at all. But they had probably ordered $700 worth of food between like the 4 lanes they had, and then about 2 hours in, they left because their bowling game was over. But then, as always, I think I've told this before. Miss Tissue was slamming beers at the bar.
Wait, actually,
getting slammed. No, they were at a booth actually. But a few of the teachers stayed and ordered drinks, and I think they had a designated driver, but I don't know that they were all carpooling together.
It was actually
But
Mr.
basically-
Grannon. He was just out in the parking lot. He just didn't want to come inside and socialize.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's about that story though.
I wish I could see my teacher
It's
drinking.
my recent time. I'm gonna put on a jacket. I'm cold.
Yeah, the weather outside is getting pretty cold. Um,
I'll tell you, it's
I
frightful.
I know exactly what Ian thought in his head when
Wait, what did I think in my head?
you were thinking the weather outside is rizzy, weren't you?
I thought
I
that.
wasn't.
Exactly,
I thought
exactly.
that.
You thought I was
I'm
gonna say
disappointed
that,
that I,
weren't you?
I
I'm
did.
disappointed that I wasn't thinking
The
that.
thing is that you were thinking it, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, I've ascended beyond brain rot. Okay, I'm more sophisticated than that. Trust,
Okay. Good.
Jacob.
That does not help your case.
Yeah,
What other stories do we got here? I'm scanning through here, so I want to hear more Jacob campfire stories.
some of them are boring. I was trying to fill space, but
What does it mean when you
uh,
say I could talk about that? How I don't think people that work at Quickstar are real.
oh, I don't know. It's not really a theory. It's kind of just like I feel like I walk into Quickstar sometimes, and it's just such a soul-sucking job that they have like a clear script. You walk in, they say the same thing. It doesn't even apply to what I got. I'll get like a pack of gum, and they'll be like, I don't know, enjoy your smokes, sir. I don't know what they're talking about, but they clearly have like a set code that they're taught. And I one time I walked into Quickstar, and this is not hyperbole, this is not a joke, but I saw Quickstar employee being trained, being brainwashed, being disillusioned into this society I think they have.
They have the paper clips on
And
their eyes, like
Oh yeah.
I think so. I think so. Um, but I'm fairly sure I wasn't eavesdropping or anything, but I'm fairly sure he was literally teaching her the script of like what to say. And there's also like I pretty much know all the Quickstar employees at the Quickstar next to TBK,
yeah, I do see the
but
same people every time I go.
it
Yeah.
is the same people, and I'm pretty sure I've seen the same people at different stores. So that's why I'm convinced they're not real.
Well, have you ever
Jacob.
gone like really late at night though? Because one day after,
Yeah,
one day after work, it was like 11:30. I went to Quickstar because I needed gas and I needed I was hungry. And I went in and it was like the aura was off. There was different people working there than I ever had seen before. And I
I've
ignore how I just
I've
said aura, even though I just said I was beyond brain rot. Yes,
I met this nice old man there. He works there, and
okay.
I don't know if it was just a good day, but the first time I met him, he was like super nice and like off script.
Hmm.
So I think either he was just having a really good day, or after that they like took him out back and told him what's right. Because after that, he's stuck to the script since then.
You show too much
And
gratitude.
but I haven't. I have a Quick Start Rewards like mobile app, but it doesn't do anything because I didn't get the card. Because I'm honestly too scared to break the employee's stride to ask them for a card.
that's valid.
But I kind of need one. Pretty
Dave,
sure
this
you need to be eight. You need to have like an 18-year-old with you, like an adult with you to get the card, is what it says on the website.
mm.
But I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Hey,
Sawyer, you asked if anyone had been to Quickstar like late.
yeah,
I've been to Quickstar at 2 a.m. before,
right. What was that
and
like?
dude, there was nobody in there except for like the employees, and it felt weird because normally Quickstar's like the most poppin' place you can be.
Establishment. David, are
Yeah,
you gonna hit that pose the entire podcast, or are you gonna ever?
it's a pre-recorded
Yeah,
pose. He's
Not
I'm
my
actually
microphone.
I'm on
Can
video
you hear
right
me good
now.
when I'm back here? Because I'm gonna chill.
Yeah, we
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. It was weird. It was like a ghost town and seeing only the employees there.
Hmm.
But I remember it was like a sleepover with all the boys came over, and we got hungry in the middle of the night. We decided we were gonna go drive to Quickstar, and then Caden's dad yelled at him because of it.
Oh, well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see what else
Oh,
Jacob
Jacob.
wrote. Oh,
Jacob, other
What?
story about Quickstar. Did you know Bill, our director, like our super boss, he
Yeah.
his girlfriend works at Quickstar.
cool.
Jacob, I
Well,
think
you
that's
Hmm.
really
know,
I'm trying to think of like another question about that. How'd you find that out?
Actually, kind of crazy. Do you remember Rabbit?
Yeah, I remember Reddit.
So we had a cook there. His name was Rabbit. I later I met the dude before he even worked there, and he told me his name was Rabbit. That was his real name. But I found out because I saw him clock in. His name was actually Steve. So he was lying
I
to
heard
me.
about. You
But
think it's
everyone,
right to wait? No, we might get fired if we say that. Never mind.
oh, shh.
Nothing that
Everyone
bad.
here calls him
Nothing
Steve.
that bad.
But he did get fired because he was doing some things you're not allowed to do at work while at work. But he doesn't have a driver's license, so he needed somebody to give him a ride home because his ride like fell through. So I gave him a ride, and I dropped him off at a bar because he didn't want to go home. And then I went to the nearby Quick Star and walked inside, and my cash register was like, "Don't you work at TBK?" And I was like, "How do you know that?" She goes, "I saw you there with my
Because you're
boyfriend."
wearing the shirt, dumbass.
I think I was wearing a hoodie because it was cold.
You're wearing it right now.
Oh
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
David, stop mewing.
I'm
That's dumbass.
sorry, dude.
But
Jacob,
basically, she was like, "I saw you at work," and
that's it. Jacob, how did
That's
you
snazzy.
how did you almost die on New Year's? That's something you said.
Oh, whoa, I gotta tell the preamble to that.
Right.
Also, it was New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is
For the past 2 or 3 years, I don't remember. On December 30th, I've been staying up all night to make New Year's Eve more of a challenge to stay up till 12. And I'll tell you, the process doesn't really work because I don't know if you ever pulled an all nighter, but it's kind of hard to stay awake once you hit like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And okay, it's not that bad, dude. Maybe I'm a bitch. I don't
well,
know.
I don't
What's your
know. For
problem?
me, the hardest part is like around 1 or 2 in the morning. But by the time you hit
Would you
4,
mind letting me get to that part?
oh, okay.
Wait, 1 or 2 in the morning?
Well, like that's when I'm the most tired, and then I get like second wind, and by 4 a.m. I'm just wide awake again.
Much apologies.
I'm
That's
That's
I'm
fine.
not
the
what I was meant
same.
to say.
I'm the
I
same way as
apologize.
Jacob Summers. Like I'm totally fine until it gets to 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then I'm like asleep, and then when the sun comes up, if I can make it through that, and the sun comes up, the beams and the rays from the sun hit my eyes, and it wakes me up, and then I'm like good for half the day before I want to take a nap.
David,
So
is
I'm
there
actually not like that
David, is
because I
there a
was
girl
gonna
that's
keep
going to be
going.
watching this that you want to impress?
I'm just trying to impress you, Sawyer.
What?
Okay. Did you not see David in
David,
the
how late
bottom?
can you stay up?
Uh,
I
to
think
like,
you've fallen asleep on the podcast at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah, probably no. So, well, if we're talking about New Year's, because I've been paying attention, um, I, I'm in Indiana for New Year's, um, so I'm like with my grandparents. So we just stay up, and then
Oh,
as soon as it hits 12, we're like, oh, it's the New Year, and then I go to my bed, and my grandparents stay up until like 2 a.m. watching, I don't know, cop shows.
That's the
It
most David Ball thing I've ever heard.
it's terrible too because the walls in their house are like really thin and they like to keep their TV really loud because they're old people. So I'll be like sitting in the bed at like 12:15 in the new year and I can't go to sleep because my grandparents need to catch up on their cop shows they couldn't watch while we were all
David,
sitting there.
you
do you
decided to
believe?
go to sleep at 12 o'clock when you had the ability to go watch Cops? What
Yeah.
is your problem, dude? That's the
I
greatest show to
I
grace
I
mankind.
prioritize sleep over everything else.
Hmm. Do you know?
I know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Well, I am here.
um,
So,
I completely forgot what I was about to say. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
you want me to keep going or what?
I keep
Low-key, hold
going.
on.
How'd you
Trying to
almost
tell
die? We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, you haven't gotten to even midnight yet, I'm pretty sure.
Right. All
Okay,
right. Keep
so
on going.
4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is kind of hard to stay awake. And then after maybe 10 o'clock, or no. After like 8 o'clock till 10 a.m. is extremely easy. You're just awake at that point. But what I've noticed for me is that at when the clock strikes 11 a.m., it's like I genuinely go into like micro sleep mode, right? I was just honestly wrongfully like just sitting on my bed watching stuff, and I guarantee I fell asleep like 5 times within 2 minutes. Woke up and I don't know. You'll have dreams that are like 3 months long, and this is why I don't do drugs because I think I would no longer get this excitement from just like staying up late and having micro sleeps. I get those kind of effects from this low level uh, type of thing,
Jacob is
but
microdosing sleep.
I'm microdiced. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Um, but the issue was last year I got scheduled for work on December 31st, at 10 a.m. in the morning in the midst of the micro sleeps. And so I had to drive up to TBK. I'll admit it was right before that starts happening. So I was running up the clock. I was trying. It honestly wasn't that hard not to fall asleep because I was. What are you doing?
It's
I'm
David.
losing
He's making
I'm losing,
faces.
I'm losing it, guys. I'm sorry.
It wasn't that hard. Okay, it was not that difficult to stay awake driving. I was sort of exaggerating when I said I almost died, but I'll tell you, when I got into that kitchen, I was dangerous around those knives, trying to not fall asleep. But I think I got cut pretty early, and I like threw up or something. I don't know.
You want to know my favorite
After I
part
left,
about staying up late? If I'm staying up late with like other people, like playing video games at like 11 o'clock at night, that it hits, you know. That's the best part about like New
it's
Year's
late.
is
I
that
get
like
that.
I'm playing the Wii at like 11:30 p.m. When else can
Oh,
you
that's
play
true.
the Wii at
Dude,
11:30
we hit up
p.m.?
Mario Party. Mario Party
Mario
is where
Party,
it's
I
at.
wish. I we only have like
Yeah.
Wii Resort. It's pretty
Yeah.
the
Dude, I've
selection's
always
not
wanted to
that
play
great.
Mario Party. I don't have anyone to play with. Like, nobody I know knows Mario
Oh
Party.
my goodness. I have a story. I remember when I was like
We should do
young.
a Mario Party episode. Yeah.
When I was young, my older brother got Mario Party 9 on the Wii for his birthday, and we had like this was at like a birthday party we were having for him, and like we all played Mario Party 9, and it was like for me it was the most fun game ever of all time. But then after that day, I don't think I was ever able to convince anyone to play Mario Party 9 with me ever again, and it would make me so angry because I was like, it was your birthday present. You got it for your birthday, and you won't play it. And yeah, anyways, sorry, the end. I just had to let that rage that I've been holding for like 10 years out.
That's valid. I'll play Mario Party with you someday, Sawyer.
Yay!
I'm
Dude,
I'm kind of jealous of Jacob and David's mood lighting. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Ugh,
thank you.
I know.
honestly, one time I was playing Mario Party online, and then I just had this thought to myself. I was like, I think it was this year. I was like, I'm 17 years old playing Mario Party online alone in my room. What am I doing? I don't
Right.
know what that
Oh
was
my
about.
gosh,
Oh, that's real
Sawyer. Oh
moody.
my, that is scary.
That's real moody. Ooh, I like this. I like this
Oh,
idea.
this
We're getting my Halloween episode. This is what I bargained for. But yeah, so I kind of honestly ruined New Year's after that because I got home and it was like 8 o'clock, and
hold on.
I didn't even complete my challenge. I fell asleep at like 8 o'clock. And don't tell my family this because oh my God, I've been denying that I actually fell asleep for a year now. But I kind of started doing this because I was annoyed that staying up till 12 o'clock was not a challenge. But once you get to like the night of the second day, it's pretty easy to stay awake. So I might change my schedule this time. Next
hmm
question, or elaborate. I don't
I don't
care.
know, but yeah, the only all-nighters I've ever pulled were well, actually, I do have one that isn't like us just for a student council video because I've had to do that before for the Stuco videos. But I remember one night it was the last like day before finals sophomore year. It was like the night before the last day of the school year. Um, I hadn't done my environmental science like sustainable house project. I had not even started it. Um, so I did the entire project the night before it was due. Like I built the house in Minecraft and recorded it and edited the video and everything and prepared like notes on it all the night before. So I feel like in those instances, the all nighters where you're actually like working on something aren't that bad because like at least your mind's focused on something. But yeah, when you're all it is just you trying to I don't know, just be awake for the sake of
Yeah.
being awake. It's not exactly.
I've only actually pulled a successful all-nighter when it was of my own volition on December 30th. I've had like three instances where I actually had like schoolwork to do and I was staying up really late. I think the latest I got to was like 4 a.m. And what I did is I've discovered long ago that I'm extremely susceptible to the placebo effect. So what I do at 4 a.m., I would just convince myself that I was getting sick because I was staying up too late and it's bad for my body. And then I would wake up the next morning not terribly sick, but like a little bit sick, like sick enough to stay home and like be genuinely sick. And then I would just sleep the next day and skip the test. So it's actually been working out fantastic.
Sounds
Um,
genius.
but yeah, it's honestly a blessing being this susceptible
The only
to
all
illusion.
nighter, I've ever done was on by complete accident. So this was when I was in like second grade. We'll say second grade. It could have been first grade. And I went to a friend's house for a sleepover. It was just me and him, and we were watching the movie Planes on the TV late at night. And this guy fell asleep halfway through the movie Planes, and I didn't know how to turn it off. So it literally played on loop the entire night, and I just couldn't go to sleep. So I just watched the movie Planes about 5 times.
Like the movie loop or the menu.
No, the movie did.
How'd that happen? I mean, that's kind of an
Oh,
interesting story.
yeah, I don't know, but it was
You
at
weren't
like it
running
wasn't
the
at my
TV.
house. It was at my friend's house, and I'm like, I don't know how to work his TV. I'm like a 4-year-old in second grade.
Maybe he's got it on VHS or something.
Yeah,
2013 movie Planes.
it was back in the Stone Ages.
Right.
Hmm. But besides
Well,
that, I try to get to bed by 8:30.
it's true. I can tell. Um. Oh, dude, pre-calculus. One time, I was like about to pull an all-nighter, and then I was like, "Here's my strategy. It's the final. I'm literally going to fail the class. I passed that class by a fourth of a point. I was going to fail the class, so I had to like study my little ass off one night. And my plan was, well, studying all night is going to be boring, so I got to have some sort of entertainment. So I put on a movie while I studied, and what it did was I just started just watching the movie, and then I fell asleep. So I didn't study at all.
Hmm. Well,
That's very interesting. Jacob, I'm looking. Sorry, I low key wasn't
Yeah,
listening. I was looking
no, that
at
wasn't
the
that
ice.
interesting.
I was
If it
looking at
wasn't
the
written in the
iceberg.
text, it probably wasn't interesting.
I was looking at the iceberg, and it says right here that you somehow, some way, believe that you are the best employee at TBK. Can you please elaborate on that?
before he elaborates on that, our cameras are back on
Our
now.
sponsorship of
No,
Skillshare
Wait,
wants
I'm
to
actually
share a
making a point
word.
right now. Our cameras are back on now. I'm done fiddling with things. There's like a gray bar on the side of my screen, and I don't know why it's there. And I just googled it, and like
It's on my screen
every
too.
Discord
It
user,
sucks,
I've
dude.
been trying to get rid of it this whole time, so that's why our cameras not were off for that duration. But yeah. Anyways.
You telling me I've been mewing for nothing right now?
Oh, okay. That
David, I was
part's
literally
in.
gonna
That
say
part's
the
Um,
in
same
still. It
thing.
was just like the past like maybe 3 minutes that I was fiddling with my computer trying to.
did you fix the bar? 'Cause
No,
it's on my screen. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what the dealio is here.
I'm not
What's
too
the
worried about it.
big deal?
Well, I do think that I'm the best employee in our department at TBK.
Yeah,
Ian, I have a question for you. How
what's
many
that?
times have you worked both a host and a food runner shift, and I guess a busher shift at the same time on a busy night?
Okay, I heard that story, and Killian had to do the same
Oh, it
thing.
happened 5 times in 1 month.
Nah,
Nah, it just didn't.
Were you there in May, or were
I
you
was not
training for
there.
football? I
I
don't
was
know.
probably
No, that was
training.
not. That wasn't that time. I don't know when that was.
What do you elaborate? What do you mean?
You let-
You were food running,
On what?
hosting, and busing.
Well, hosting and busting is the same job, but I like to say that
You were busing?
I like to add it in because it makes me sound like I did better.
Okay,
But dude,
elaborate.
I'll just be for 2 straight hours, just in this like immense focus on bussing tables, running back, running food. I don't like have to expo the food down. Usually Killian's expoing or something, and I'll run a tray out, leave it on the floor somewhere probably, and then go gather some food off some tables, run the bus cart back. I am fully using 100% of my focus. Um, and that's why I think I shouldn't still be on starting pay. But to be fair, I haven't asked for a raise, and I definitely would get a raise. But I don't know. I might ride the train at $10 an hour out.
Yeah, I don't know. You probably shouldn't be on starting pay either. I probably shouldn't be at 12 either. So
Is that the max? I thought that was the max.
If it's the max, I'm quitting in a month.
I thought you were quitting when you were talking to Bill today. You were like, I applied something. Oh no, you were talking to someone else. You were like, I applied to blah blah blah, and you were talking about college.
Yeah,
I
I
thought you were
applied to
talking about another job, and I got really sad.
no. I will not be working there when I go to college though. Too far. What was I gonna say though? Oh yeah, Jacob, you never knew me in my prime at TBK. All right.
What did
But
you do
this
in your prime?
before your time, I was
Okay.
I was a prime TBK athlete. I'm talking like you know how I'm able to carry the two trays same time. I don't know.
You carried 5 pizzas on a tray before? 5 large pizzas?
I've not. I've carried 4 large pizzas before. That's equally impressive.
Hey, I did greater than and
Nobody
equal
else.
than
Nobody else knows.
in second grade. I'm not sure you've gotten up to that lesson.
What?
Not
Okay,
gonna lie.
listen.
We're starting mad beef. I've got stories at TBK with you. I could tell. What are you
Here,
saying? What are you saying?
let me just finish what I was gonna say. I used to be a way
Oh,
better worker than I am now. At this point, I've slowed down. I'm getting
that's
old.
why I should get another raise over $12 an hour because I'm worse than I was when I got that raise.
I know that's literally a kind of what it is. But I want to move over to concessions so bad, and they keep talking about doing it, and they've yet to do it.
Well, they said they were going to do it in December,
I
and it's
think that's
still
what the
December.
meeting. I think that's what the meeting's gonna be about is a concessions thing because they're moving a lot of us over, and
A lot of are they moving us or are they just
I think
changing?
some of them are gonna be temporary. Some people are gonna go back, but I think hopefully I'm gonna stay because I can't go back in food anymore. I've been doing it for 2 years now. I
Well,
can't keep doing it. That's why I've. That's why I'm not a good employee anymore. I'll admit it. I'm kind of lazy at the
Yep.
right.
moment.
Yeah, 90% of this conversation doesn't make sense to anybody who doesn't work there.
I
Exactly.
know.
All right, let's
I'm
let's
confessing.
let's
I'm
figure out
confessing.
what's going on now. What are we doing now? Are we continuing on this train? Do we find another topic of discussion?
I don't know. What are we doing, Jacob? What do you want to do? All right, fine. I'll find something. Hold on.
I'll find something.
No, I'll find something, Ian. Don't even worry
No,
about
no,
it.
no.
No. Hold on. Just hold on. Uh,
Wait,
It's like a never
I
have I ever, but I
wanna
just
Please
have.
tell
go
us. Please
away.
tell us about the
Wait.
guy who rung in an order at TBK with the name Nick Blank.
I'm gonna add an extra middle name that he may not have, but I'm gonna add a middle name in there when I'm telling this story. This
Okay.
is not a
Okay.
long story, but it's a great one. So we have this board at TBK. When an order comes in, it's like a little iPad. Play Where's My Water on it. It would be fantastic. I would be
mhm.
very happy camper. Um, but it's just, the person's name and what they ordered. Pretty simple. Um, this fellow put in an order and his name was Nick. I'm gonna grasping at straws here. Maybe his middle name was Scott or something. And then his last name was Kerr. Kerr.
So please
Now I
only
don't
think about his name as the Nick and his last name.
now I don't know why whoever rang this in did not elaborate his name to Nicholas. That's a very possible thing to do. I don't know. But we were like, this guy must be trolling. How did he get my boy insert bartender's name here to put this name in? And we go down there, we say, hey, do you know what you did here? Do you know what you just wrote, bub? Um, and he was like, yeah, that's his name. He's my boy. And that was the dude's actual name. I don't know if he doesn't go by Nicholas or something, but that was his real name. He's like, and then he said his name. Very Caucasian fellow. Good guy. He seemed like a nice guy though.
What?
That's it.
There's a celebrity named Steve Kerr who has a son named Nick. So I don't know why I know that fact. I just
Wait, like the coach, like the basketball coach. I think that's Steve Kerr,
uh
right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has a son
Golden
named
State
Nick.
Warriors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I guarantee Steve looked at his last name and thought, hold up.
This is about to be funny as hell. Good. I want to talk about something real quick. So basically, working at Cinemark, since we're talking about work a bit here, you see a lot of interesting things. And one thing that I've started to see a lot, and kind of upsets me seeing, there's not much I can really do about it because it's like not my job to, and it's kind of wrong for me to. But I do not understand why so many parents at Cinemark get like so angry with their children because they won't smile right for a picture or like, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
not yesterday, it was like Sunday when I was working on the podium, the little kiosk. So I'm just sitting there the whole time. Right behind me by the IMAX theater, there's a poster for Wicked, and this mom is coming up, and she's got like three boys with her. The oldest has got to be like 7, and the youngest has got to be like 3. And you just watched a movie, you just had a great time, you're having fun with your kids, and then she goes, "Oh, let's take a picture." And then like the youngest one wasn't really listening, probably didn't even know what was going on, and she literally just snaps like that. "Get in front of the poster. We're taking a photo." And she starts like screaming and yelling at him and like, "Smile right. You're not smiling right." I'm like, "Is it that
You're gonna,
serious?"
you're gonna embarrass me in front of Ariana Grande. Know your place, kid.
I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, you're yelling over this?" And I'm just sitting there, like, I'm like right next to this lady. I can't like say or do anything, so I just have to like sit there and just, God, it's like, oh, dude, relax, relax. It's also
I'd be pissed too.
it also sucks when like the cleaning team is behind on cleaning theaters and people get mad at you when you're the one on the podium, not the one cleaning theaters. Like there's so many times where someone will come up to me and be like, "All right, here's my ticket." I'll look at it and be like, "All right, theater 1's going to be right there. However, it isn't clean quite yet. So if you could just wait out here for just a moment, but it's not clean yet." "What do you mean it's not clean yet? Why can't I just go in? I have a ticket." "Well, sir, they're still cleaning up in there. They're not quite finished yet." This is ridiculous. Like, I've had to deal with that quite a bit, more than I should have to. I'm like, I'm not the one that's dilly-dallying in there. And there are some dilly-dalliers there. Like, there's this time the other day where I was usher lobby, which is just they're not on the usher team that cleans theaters. They're just the ones that clean the lobby and the bathrooms. They're patrolling the place. That's your job. So, but every now and then you like will go in and help the theater team when they're behind. So the theater team was Ian. Why the hell did you say Sigma Riz in our group chat? The other day I was
phone went off.
my phone went off twice. Basically, the theater team was 4 whole theaters behind, right? And there was 4 of them on the team, and that's quite a lot of theaters to be behind, right? And I go in, I like walk in to see what's going on, and the first thing I see is 2 of them just sitting on the floor on their phones, just not even helping clean at all. And I look up into the rows, and there's still like rows that are like still completely dirty, not even begun to like clean them yet, right? So I look at the 2 on the floor, and I'm like, "You guys gonna help?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't have any more brooms and dustpans." I'm like, did you go look for one?" "No." I'm like, "Well, what are you doing?" So I like had to go on a scavenger. It wasn't hard. I found them some brooms and dustpans. I was like, "Here you guys go." Like, I mean, I don't want to be that employee who's like, "You guys aren't working hard enough," but like they were really far behind. I'm like, "You guys,"
Dude, you're super duper locked in.
I'm like, "Here's some brooms,
You're the
guys."
best employee there.
Not even close. No, my
No, the
boy.
best employee there, that goes to Kevin. My guy.
Okay,
Wait.
I didn't want to have
Who
to
the
be
hell is
bad to
Kevin?
say it, but one of the 2 people that was sitting on the floor on their phones was Kevin.
No, Kevin. No.
Who
Kevin,
the hell is Kevin?
Kevin from
He's a
student.
yeah, he's on
Yeah,
student
Kevin
council.
from student council. I love Kevin.
He's still on
Oh.
council, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unlike you.
I was worried he faced the same fate.
And Kevin was the one who was like, "No," when I asked if we looked for a dustpan.
That's a Kevin response.
Another
Yeah.
thing, this is not meant to be a shit on Kevin part. I love working with him, but the other day, Tuesday, it was so 2 days ago. I was working there. I was on the floor team, and Kevin was usher lobby, right? And one of the other jobs that usher lobby does is theater checks, which is just like once every 2 hours because the movies are like 2 hours long, right? You just go into each theater, pop in, make sure the sound sounds good, make sure it's not too cold. You make sure that no one in the audience is like on their phone. You just pop in, quick check, nothing, and stop being weird. So basically, like, and as Usher Lobby, like, you're roaming around, you should have a broom and dustpan. So Kevin comes walking by, and he's doing theater checks for, like, the 5th time in the past, like, 30 minutes. Like, the theaters aren't going anywhere, guy. But, he didn't have his broom and dustpan, and I'm like, yo, Kevin, where's your broom? You should have a broom. And he's like, oh, I set it down. I'm like, why? And he goes, well, because I'm doing theater checks. I'm like, you can't carry around a broom while you're checking theaters? And he's like, no, it's too loud. Huh? Just hold it.
Makes sense to me.
Yes, Ian?
Kevin's always right.
So
Yeah.
if Usher Lobby has a broom and dustpan, why, when you were Usher Lobby, did you not offer to help clean those theater that they were cleaning?
Well, because I was going to get them their own brooms and dustpans so they wouldn't be sitting on the floor. I did
Alright.
after I retrieved them their own brooms and dustpans, I helped them clean until we were caught back up. Okay? I stay locked in. Okay?
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Me?
I'm starting to like this guy.
Who? Me?
I don't know what it is about him.
Who?
He
Me?
seems real locked in.
Dude, my hands are so dry
Ian.
right now. I need to lotion up. Do you see that?
Yeah,
I shouldn't.
you're in the need.
Um, no, working at Cinemark, I've said this before. It's an experience. One time, the people like that I was working with, the theater team, they talked about Sonic for 2 hours straight, nonstop. It actually wouldn't end. So yeah. Anyways, I just had to let that out for a moment. Want to go back to
Alright.
Jacob's Christmas stories?
Actually, I got one thing.
Mm.
Ian, I didn't put this in the group chat. Should we tell the story about how that one server got fired for getting in a fight? Because it's so funny.
I want to hear about that.
Do you not
Yeah.
remember that?
What you're talking
Okay.
about. There were a couple servers that
What's
got
that?
fired for fights.
What?
You tell your story.
Okay. There was this one server a long time ago at TBK. I thought that would sound more like mythological, saying a long time ago. But she was very nice. When she would bartend, she would always tip us out. You know who I'm talking about yet?
I do.
She was like the only bartender who would actually tip out the little food runner boys, the little runner boys. She was a great employee.
Or girls. Okay, it's 2024.
Right.
It can be food runner.
Yes, Queen.
Okay.
Thank
But
you, David.
Mm-hmm.
once upon a time, one day, I was not working this shift. This is how I was told the story went. One of her, not friends, but someone she knew and was not on good terms with, walked into the bar and ordered something, I guess. And I guess they got to talking and they got in a little bit of a debacle. They got into an argument, bartender, customer in an argument. And they go, let's take this outside. This is going to get serious. So I heard they go back out to the back, like smoke break area, next to the dumpsters, which I think is funny because it's a extremely long corridor to get down there. Probably, I don't know, like a 16th of a mile, which doesn't sound that long, but it's a long corridor. Probably like from the Commons down to Business Hall, and maybe not that far, but it's a long corridor. So I just imagine them angrily speed walking side by side, saying, I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna beat your ass. Side by side. But then they get out there, and apparently they start fighting. And I'm not gonna lie, I heard that the bartender got her ass beat terribly, and I heard that she was the one who was like, "We need to take this outside." She initiated the fight, got her ass beat, and then got her ass fired. So that was a terrible day for TBK Entertainment Center. But dang, am I gonna get fired for saying this?
No.
This is good talk. This is good talk. They terminated that employee who got into a debacle with a customer. Good on you, TBK. I agree with you.
I don't know
But
why. Like they chose to do it in that area, which is like the most cameraed area in the like on the perimeter.
is it?
There's like 3
There's
cameras
a
out
camera. Dude, I would die for that footage.
Hmm.
That'd be so funny.
You should ask. No, you shouldn't.
It's deleted.
I want to analyze. I need to analyze this iceberg.
Where did David go?
He had a
Some
thing.
of it's complete filler.
I have a
I was
thing.
just trying to make those messages long. But some of them, there's gold hidden there in there.
Okay, wait. What is this here? Your ingenious plot to obtain unlimited fast food every year on your birthday?
Oh, I'm a fraud. It is limited, but it's an extreme amount of fast food. What I did a year ago before my birthday is I went on to the Google Play Store because I'm an Android fella, and I downloaded every single fast food app that's on the market and signed in, made a rewards account, and put in my birthday. I've had few people tell me I should have put a different date for each app, but I turn off notifications so I wouldn't remember what day to go get a free Sonic corn dog. So now every year on my birthday, all the fast food apps are like, we're gonna give you a free appetizer, we're gonna give you a free McRib, we're gonna give you a free Shamrock Shake or something. And dude, I rack up so much food. Last year, what I did, I got like the hottest sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings and brought it into the lunch corridor, into the Commons. And dude, I really think we should have a Hot Ones episode. I gave Baxter one lick of that hot wing, and he literally cried. I don't know where David is, but he can uh attribute that story. Baxter cried after one hot wing. I just want to get that bad out there. And that's about it. I get a bunch of free food because I signed into all the apps uh, on my birthday,
Nice.
and it's nice. It's nice. Some of them, like I have a Wingstop app. I have a Marco's Pizza app. I have apps for places that are states away. I could get a free Wingstop thing. Why is David talking? I just saw his thing going. I could get a free Wingstop wing if I drive to Indiana or something. I don't know where Wingstop is, but we don't have one of them.
You could go to In-N-Out, get some In-N-Out.
There's a Wingstop in
I
Ames.
could go to In-N-Out. Names?
Yeah, names.
I might just stop by.
Sorry,
I've already claimed.
I was taking a load
Sometimes it's
off.
on the month though, so I've already claimed a few of them.
Jacob, how have you unintentionally made multiple people think you're gonna kill yourself?
Well, can you read the entire message? You got to get the prelude to that. That's not well.
I'm so
You're
bad.
unintentionally making
Oh,
people
I'm
think that.
so bad at getting my message across when texting people sometimes that I've unintentionally made multiple people think I'm gonna kill myself. How?
Okay, it's simultaneously more and less extreme than that. Because I will not lie, both of the people I'm pretty sure were Ian, and it might have only happened one time. But Ian, do you remember that one time I was training over at Iron T Golf, and I sent you that real ominous text message that's like, I actually want to find it, but it was like, I'm gonna leave my mark on this company. I need to find the
You
message.
remember that? I
But I
do.
sent the most ominous message. And the problem with it, are you finding it, Ian?
I'm looking for it.
You'll find it. The problem with it is it was supposed to be in two parts because I wanted to get my word across in the way that I wanted to. So I was gonna split the message into two parts to make it read a certain way. But the issue with that is that I'm not a very fast typer. So he read the first part before the second part dropped, and it sounded real bad. Like I'm pretty sure he thought I was gonna bomb TBK.
Okay,
Is what he thought.
I found the message. um,
Read the first message alone, and then we'll go
okay.
from there.
Uh, on Thursday, May 9th, 4:19 p.m. This is the first message he sends me. I'm leaving my mark on this company. That's it. I respond, "What?" question mark. And then he says, "TBK has to set up whole new systems just because I work at both places. I was hoping you didn't read that until I sent that second text. Sounded suspicious."
Now this
I
still does not make
responded,
sense.
"Yeah,
Okay.
I only saw the first text. Thought you better kill yourself or like blow it up." Yeah, I should have worded that better. My bad. And then he says, "Also, it's yourself." Like Sawyer
No, he
does.
spelled it wrong. Yeah. So is that it? Is that all
That's
that
it.
happened?
That's all.
Because
That's it.
okay, it still doesn't make sense what was going on. I work at TBK Entertainment Center, and I also got a job at Iron T Golf, which is under like the same. They're both owned by TBK. So the problem was like they couldn't schedule me at both places for some reason because like the managers were didn't different. I could only have one manager, and that would put me under two.
So I went and I talked to like HR, and I was like, "Hey, can we get something set up?" We just switched over to this new scheduling app called Paylocity, and nobody really liked it at that point. I think it's kind of fine now, but
I still don't like it.
it had a lot of issues when we first switched over. So I was like, "Could we set up something where I could have two managers?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll figure it out." They never figured it out, but
Hmm.
they told me that they were gonna figure something out where they would change something under like the company ID to make it a change, company wide just for your boy. So that is why I said I'm making my mark on this company. And then I went into they have to set up new systems, but it was real bad. I think I did it another time, but I don't remember what it was about, and it probably wasn't that extreme.
That shit was so ominous, I swear, because I think I was at work when he said that. So I
You were
opened it
at
up
work,
and
and
I
then
started like
even
looking around
after I
at the files.
reconciled, I got off my shift, and I drove to TBK to go apologize to you. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that.
I remember that because it did happen.
Okay.
I think I gave you a hug. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna blow this place up today,
You're not gonna
but
blow?
who knows? I could get fired for that. I'm not gonna do it at all. I don't have the access to that.
Sure.
Dude, I remember another funny thing that happened at Cinefart. Sorry, I keep going back on this. But no, there's this guy. It was happening to one of my managers. Um, he came in and was like, "Hey, do you guys have Sonic 3?" And the manager's like, "No, it's not out yet." And the guy goes, "Can you play it now? Can you play it in one of the theaters, please?" And they're like, "Try
Didn't
to
you say?
what?"
Didn't you say there was you could pick a random movie thing, and sometimes they drop movies early? You
Yeah.
gotta check the family video stock or something. You gotta.
Okay, yeah, but when they do those like mystery movies and it's like a movie that's like early, it's usually gonna be like 2 or 3 days before it comes out, not like 2 whole weeks. Um, but the guy was like pushing. He was like, "Please just play Sonic 3. Please just play it for me.
He's like, I know you have it.
I know you have it." And they were trying to tell him that no, the movie's not out. We don't have it. And I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. Watch
He
Dude,
was like, cancel one of your other showings.
and play
Open the
Sonic
theater for
3
just me.
right now.
I'll pay you 63 cents. Everything in my pocket.
I'm okay. I gotta say something. I'm eating these glorious pretzel sticks from TBK Entertainment Center,
So good.
and they have like big chunks of salt on them, and it's reminded me of my childhood days when I used to eat road salt for like the sidewalks for like defrosting
What?
snow,
That
and it's
is
Wait,
making me
wait,
very
wait,
happy.
wait, wait.
poisonous, I
Dude, you
swear.
cannot eat that stuff.
I did, and I'm
This
still here, baby.
explains a lot.
Explains a lot, yeah.
I did not eat that much.
There's got
But
to be some sort of poison, toxic chemical in there that fucked
oh,
you
it's
up.
like there's like chlorine in it. Pretty sure
Chloride.
it's very toxic. I used to eat Play-Doh too until someone told me it was poisonous. I was like, well,
Wait,
What's
poison
your favorite
tastes damn
flavor?
good.
what'd you eat? What'd you eat?
It was also just salty.
What do you eat?
That was kindergarten though. That was
What'd you
kindergarten.
He
eat? I
ate
didn't
I've
hear.
both
grown since then.
Play-Doh
What'd you eat?
and
What'd
road
you
salt.
eat? What was the other thing you would eat?
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh and road salt.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you.
Play-Doh. Any of you guys eat Play-Doh
I mean,
back in your
I
youth?
licked it
I
once.
can
It's very salty tasting.
I can honestly
It
say
is
I've
very
never
salty.
eaten Play-Doh.
I think it's supposed to be like a repellent.
Yeah, that
Make you
is
not
what
want
it's
to eat it.
supposed to be. Because that's what it did to me when I licked
You know,
it.
capsaicin is supposed to be a repellent too.
What?
That's spicy flavor.
Oh
Spice
yeah.
isn't even a flavor. It's a feeling.
It's a
It's a way
sensation.
of life.
That's on God.
Well,
I
because
know.
it literally just activates your like pain receptors, does it not?
Actually, that's kind of
Yeah, but
wild.
like
Yes.
in like a meaningful way.
Yeah,
Like, ooh,
it hurts good.
bad touch, but that's kind of good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Jacob.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
I am. David, what's on your mind, man?
Dude,
What's on my
dude, you know how I
mind?
was talking about? Okay, what's on his mind?
Well, I'm scrolling through my Spotify playlist right now. I'm trying to think if I need to add any more songs.
Isn't your playlist like 14 hours?
1426.
Oh,
Mine's 46 something. Wait, how many songs do you have?
I got 213.
I have like 400 something.
I think I've got like 150.
I have
See, I'm
388.
I'm really picky, except I have like 15 Hamilton songs. So my rap this year was terrible. People like to say, let's talk about the rap. Okay, can we talk about the rap a little bit? I'm gonna
We
talk
did
about
last
the
episode.
Okay, but I'm gonna talk
I
about it
want to hear
some.
what he has to say.
I'm gonna talk about it
David
some
was
more.
asleep
Him and
Okay.
his 12,000 hours need to speak.
Yeah, 11,000 hours. So first of all, my sister had over 100,000 hours because she just keeps it on during the night. She just sleeps with
Oh,
Spotify on, except she doesn't have premium.
Stop,
So
stop. 100,000 hours or minutes?
minutes, sorry, 100,000
Okay.
minutes, not
That was
hours.
that. Are
let's
there even
catch
that
that.
many hours in a
Anyway,
year? No, there's not.
anyway, it's still a lot of minutes.
What?
And she doesn't have premium, so she is listening to ads in her sleep, which is kind of funny. And
I wonder if that like subconsciously affects her. Like,
Subconscious
she wakes
marketing.
up and she's like, I want
it
McDonald's.
it probably does. And in the car, I have an aux cable, and she'll get to my car before I do, and she knows my passcode to get in my car. So, and since she has band, she's closer to North Lot than I am from the math wing. So I'll get to my car, and she'll already have the aux in, and I'll have to listen to ads all the way home, even though I have Spotify Premium. She just refuses to let me play it because she's like, "You don't
Does
play
she
my music."
does she dream about like Ozempic when she wakes up?
she might. I don't know. I
That's
don't.
definitely terrible for your psyche.
But anyway, back to my rap. Three of my top five artists were Hamilton, actors in Hamilton, and I really hope people don't think. I mean, not. I'm not saying that those musicians don't have good music. I just don't listen to their music, and I feel like people would think, oh, this guy's just a big Leslie Odom Jr. fan. He just likes his like jazz stuff, which I mean, his jazz stuff's cool, but I don't listen to it. I just
You're
listen to
digging yourself
Hamilton.
into a hole here.
I just listen to Hamilton, and my top song was a jazz chart, dude. I listened to it 40 times. How did I not listen to any other song more than 40 times? And I got stuck with a jazz chart as my number one. I look like a band kid, dude. You know how
You are
bad that
a band
looks for
kid.
me.
Yeah, you are, kid.
You know how bad that looks for me. And then, but thankfully, I had Bruno Mars in my top five. So
Oh well, now we're all good.
Yeah, that
I
means you
got
listened to
I
him for
got
3
saved.
minutes.
I got saved.
Jacob, wait,
What?
has anyone else listened to their Spotify Wrapped podcast?
Dude,
I
it's
have.
so good. It
Oh
is
yeah,
so
it's
good.
dude. I played it after the pod last week.
Dude,
Jacob
What
would
was
honestly
yours?
like a plug for that.
It was so nice.
dude, like it's not
Are you gonna say something
okay
about it?
when the podcast, like, I mean, you mentioned how it like sounds judgmental, but it sounds so judgmental for me when the AI lady's like, your top artist this year was Soft Willie. What?
Wait, is that actually a top artist?
Yeah.
They're actually fire. Can you explain to that what you explained to that to us who that was?
Ooh.
Can you show the profile picture of that dude?
Is it a Soft Willie?
Soft
This
Willie's
is the reason
like
why he didn't post it on his story.
Soft Willie's a YouTuber who also like does some music,
Oh,
and I
Willie.
like it, but look, Ian, it's just a fat AI wolf.
Oh,
My top artist is Soft Willie, and I like Soft Willie's music. Okay, just because his name is well,
Soft.
Soft Willie. Good thing it's not Hard Willie.
Is he like Miles?
No, not even.
I love you, Noah.
He's
Did you see he got a Kanye feature?
Look, let's be real. Yes, I
I'm
did.
bomb.
Let's be real. Someone out there on planet Earth is the world's number one Miles listener. Let's think about that for a second. There's
Aiden Ryan introduced me to him. Yeah, I've never been the same since.
His latest song is actually kind of fire. Like, look, I actually think his songs are getting better, but they're still in the Miles.
I like his songs where he just
What's
makes
the newest one?
auto tune noises. It's the newest one.
His newest one was Bank Account. Fire.
I've heard that one.
I have not been keeping up on Miles drops. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ian, I know Ian wakes up every morning and quotes the first lyric of Four Wheeler.
Yeah.
first lyric of Four Wheeler?
Wait, no, you can't quote that. No, 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 no,
I don't
no.
know. You
He's gonna look it up. Don't play it, please.
there's a dude with his name who orders at TBK sometimes.
So check the lyrics. You don't have to listen to it.
Dude, it's like a 15-minute intro before he says anything.
Hold up, it's coming up.
Please don't get. I'm praying the mic doesn't pick it up.
You're gonna get copyrighted for it.
Okay.
It was like, oh, my grandma. What's so bad about? Oh,
It's so
We
funny.
love you know Miles.
I need to make a Miles playlist.
Honey Bun's low-key fire though, dude.
It
I
is,
love
dude.
Honey Bun.
What's that? I also love the Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King one. The Martin Luther King one's fire.
That was good.
Dude,
I watched the Thanksgiving one that he just dropped, and he's talking about how like Thanksgiving is on the 23rd, and it was on the 23rd last year. So he like that's dedication. He like saved that song because he was probably late on it or something. I thought that would be a more interesting fact that I noticed than it really was.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
actually been behind on
What-
Miles.
what-
I thought Bank Account was his most recent one, but he's got
Mhm.
a Deadpool diss track, the Thanksgiving video you're talking about. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson
Dude.
versus Jake Paul.
Oh yeah,
Circus music, Taco Bell, Peekaboo, Miles on the News, and Bomb. I'm gonna play that one at the
yeah,
end.
yeah. Bomb. He's on a Kanye song. Kanye isn't even on the song. It's just him and Kanye West's kids, and one of them is speaking Japanese, and it's very funny.
Wait, is
It's-
Kanye his last name or is West his last name?
Neither.
Dude. Yeah, West. Dude, one of his kids is named North, so her name is Northwest. It's so funny, dude. I'm pretty
So
North is
funny.
kind of a hard name, though. I kind of like that.
I do like North. Oh wait, what is Kanye's last name?
Obama. Fucking.
Barack.
Oh dear. Oh, we're almost an hour
The
in,
wheels
guys.
turning.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are almost there. I can almost go to
Hey.
sleep.
Whoa!
I'm not.
You barely scratched the tip of the surface, bub.
We went to the
I got more stuff
bottom.
that
You know,
There's more-
sometimes the tip of an
Why'd you skip
iceberg
that?
is all that's needed to sink a ship.
Shut up.
Is that a sexual innuendo, or am I reading
Shut
too
up.
much into this?
I think so.
dude.
Um,
I was
Jacob,
thinking.
bring David
Hmm?
into a conversation. Have David tell the story of your various escapades at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I can talk about that. So,
Oh, yeah.
okay, I'm trying to think of when. Oh, it'd be for like jazz band.
Start with the Iowa State one. I think that was day one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So last year, me, Jacob, Will Brown, shout out my boy, and some other people, we went to Iowa State for some actuary science. That stuff reeks. Oh my god, dude! Actuary science is for losers. Let's start. Let's start by saying that, okay? But anyway, our day started. We went to first we met at McDonald's, right? And then or did we meet at Quick Star? I forget which one was
We met at
first.
McDonald's, and you and I walked over to Quick
Yeah,
Star with
we walked.
Will's gift cards that he gave
Ye-
us.
Oh yeah, Will gave us
That did
gift
not work.
cards to get what was it? Just some discount on like Glazers, right?
It was either free or like half off.
I think
But
it was
yeah.
like I think it was half off. So anyway, we go into Quick Star and we get boxes of Glazers with our thing, and we go to the register, and the dude's like, "The Glazers are already on discount, dude. I can't scan your 50% off." And I'm like, "I don't care about the discount. Set them to their original price and give me my 50% off or whatever." And he's like, "No can do, buddy." And I'm like, just I have a thing, okay? I'm not scamming you of money. And he's like, nope, they're 30 cents off right now. That's the best you're gonna get.
Yeah, dude, the discount on the donuts made them more expensive.
Yeah. It's
That's
like
what it was.
Genius.
he was just being a stickler. So anyway, I think we bought Glazer's stuff. I think we still bought them.
Yeah, we bought
Um,
them for less of a discount.
yeah, and then we went to McDonald's, and then we ate our Glazers in McDonald's. Um, I don't remember if I
I'm
bought
pretty
anything at
sure.
McDonald's.
I don't know if I'm misremembering this, but I'm pretty sure. So he gave us the gift cards because he had like infinite gift cards or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And then we walk over to get the discounted donuts, and then they don't work. So
Hmm.
no harm, no foul, no discount, no gift card used, but we still got a slight discount. And then we bring the donuts back over, return his gift cards. Actually, maybe he gave them to us or
I kept
something. He has like
mine. Yeah, I
infinite.
kept mine.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure we put the donuts down, and they finish most of the donuts there. So we like buy them donuts for being real nice, and then they eat all the donuts. Is what
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure happened. Oh,
yeah.
did you remember the bus ride up there?
I mean, a little. Well, it was on a van. First of all,
It was in a van.
there wasn't enough of us to like have a full bus. I don't really remember the ride up though.
Did
I mean, it
someone
was
break
Dude,
dark.
first off, it was in one of the sped vans that they bring to like smaller trips.
Hmm.
And I started my dominance. I called shotgun. So
Oh
I
yeah,
felt like not to be a creep, not to be one of those people, but I did feel like your guys' father looking back in the back seat and just scolding you because you were putting terrible
dude,
stuff on the ox.
dude.
Because Will Brown brought the
Yeah,
ox, so
yeah.
he got.
Will Brown was on Ox.
Dude, wait, a little bit of a side story here. Will Brown, I don't know if I've told this before. Will Brown randomly comes up to me as like he's leaving the school and I'm going into the school and he goes, "Ian, somebody told me you were the most conservative guy in school." And I go, I mean, I don't know if I'd say like the most conservative. And he goes,
I don't. I think there's better candidates.
I know. And Will Brown, he looks at me and he goes, "I think that's pretty cool," and then walks away.
Yep. Well,
And he's
yeah.
on some crazy stuff. He's on some crazy stuff because he walked up to me like the week that you told us this, and he was like, "Hello, my fellow MAGA brother," and I was like, "Hello, how's it going, man? What are we doing here?"
Wait, wait, I'll be right
Dude,
back.
what during like the election cycle, Will Brown would send me like reels of just like Donald Trump edits, just like hard Donald Trump edits, and I'm like, dude, what is this supposed to do? Okay.
No, yeah, really.
He just
That's the
sends me
wrong
some like
color.
yeah,
It's
it's
the same hat.
yeah, but it's not red. Why are we getting a white one?
Because I'm white.
That's a good point.
You wanna?
Anyway, back to this Iowa State trip. The driver, she was an Iowa State alum. She was on her phone for like the entire drive up and down. I like seriously, she was just glued to her phone driving up and
It
down.
was it was heavy rain. It was storming.
Yeah, and no, it was not
That was on the way
storming.
back. That was on the way back.
Oh,
It was no, it
it
was
might have been
storming
on
on
the
the way
way
back.
back. Hold up, my headset just
Because
turned
we'll
off.
get to the way back though, because that dude, the
Technical.
way back is way better. Oh, do you remember Will Brown and his little buddy that he brought? They were playing Fortnite. They brought Nintendo Switches and were
Oh
playing
yeah, he did.
Fortnite and
Yeah.
Pokemon. They didn't have headphones, so he not only did William Brown
Oh
have the aux
yes, I
cable,
remember
but
that.
he
Yeah.
also had Fortnite on his Nintendo Switch on full volume, no headphones,
Yeah.
and we had to suffer through that for like 3 hours. It was
But
glorious.
then anyway, we get to Iowa State. We park in the parking like the one parking garage they have at Iowa State. We go in, and all of us are wearing like PJs, sweatshirts, sweatpants because we like left the school at like 6 a.m. and we're just trying to be chill. And we get into this conference room. We're the first ones there. And as everyone else is coming in, they're all wearing like suits, ties, like dress clothes, and they're all these actuary clubs. We were like the only people there that weren't from like an actuary club, which in high school, why would you participate in an actuary club? That just sounds like such a sleep fest. Anyway,
It's fire.
they had some like hot apple cider, so they treated us well. They had some I think they had some muffins, so that was pretty fire. Um, but the actual thing I like slept through, and then I was on my phone texting my parents how bad of a day it was because of just how boring it was. And then the professor that was leading this whole thing, he's like, guy in the Bettendorf sweatshirt, what should I charge my oh, what was it? Just insurance. What should I
It
charge
was
my
some sort of
insurance?
insurance
Yeah.
thing.
And I just shouted out 2,000, and he turns to his buddies like, is 2,000 a good number? And he's like, I'm not sure I'd do 2,000, maybe 1,800. Where are you getting the math from, guy? I don't know.
Hey,
2,000 seems pretty fire to me.
do you remember what happened after that though? He
A
was
little bit.
well, clearly you don't, because it was one of my greatest days. He was going around the room asking other people what they think they should charge for whatever this question was. I don't have no clue what the question was, but he was all going around like, I don't know about that. That's a little bit much, or that's
Yeah.
kind of low. Maybe bump it up a little bit. And then he asks me, and I I spit out some random bullshit number. It was like 926 and 43 cents.
Hmm.
And then immediately they lock in. They go to their calculators and are putting in numbers, and they're like, "You're like 20 cents off." And dude, I got like something. I got like a small Snickers for
Yeah.
getting like this crazy number in this metric that I had no clue of.
But
It was
anyway,
like it was like guessing the weight of a fat ass pig at the
yeah.
carnival, dude. It was awesome.
But after being in like the lecture hall for multiple hours, then we went and had lunch, and the lunch was pretty fire because it's just like a college, um, I don't know, cafeteria. So it was just kind of like all you can eat, whatever. Um, and then after that, our lady, our driver, who was like our chaperone, she goes up to the professor and she's like, "Hey, our school actually needs us back by a certain time, so we have to leave. We can't do the activity." It was like some sort of insurance activity in the second half of the day. We just wanted to go on a tour of the campus. We didn't need to be back by a certain time, so we got our chaperone to lie for us, and then she just took us on a tour of the like part of the campus. We didn't go to all the campus, but like the business part of the
It was like
campus
the
that she was,
business college.
yeah, that she was familiar with. And I still remember we're walking through this one like business building, right? Like the main one. And I look on my snap map and I'm like, Sam Barnes has his snap map on. Let me see where the boy's at. And I look to the left, and there he is, just in some random study room. And he comes out of his study room. He's like, "What's up, guys? Let me take you on a tour of the entire building." And we went like in the back rooms of the building. Like, all right, there's people doing interviews right here. We gotta stay quiet. This like decides their career. Okay, guys, let's keep walking. It was so weird.
He was full on giving us the Wikipedia
Yeah,
entry to this building. He was
yeah,
giving us historical fun facts about this random building that he was just
yeah,
so happened to be studying in.
yeah. It was
And dude, it
awesome.
was insane.
So
Cupid himself.
yeah, so that day ended up being really fun. And then we drove back, and then the day was over.
Yeah.
Nice.
So also during the lecture, they gave us like some sort of 15-minute break, and I don't know, I think our ears must have just been acting up, but Will Brown and I, we decided it was like more like a 40-minute break. So we went off and we went to the gift shop and just like took pictures with
Oh yeah,
mannequins.
I
And
remember
so
that.
we were actually we were actually walking back, and then the chaperone lady comes in and she's like, "Hey, I know it's boring as hell, but we got to go back to that lecture." And then we went back. And then also during lunch after this, uh they had like some designated section that they wanted us all to sit in. But me and Will were like, "Man, screw that. We're getting a college experience." And we sat with some random ass
Oh
college kids
yeah, I remember
and
that.
started talking with them. And then at some point, Will gives up. He's like, "This kid's boring as hell." And he leaves. So I'm just sat there with some random college kid asking him about life. And it was kind of nice. I didn't learn anything at all. I was talking to this kid, and I don't know, I moseyed on back when I was done. And then,
Very nice.
oh, on the way back, what I was thinking about is on the way back, we needed to like refill the gas in this big van. And so we pull up to this gas station, and I gave her a little tip. She's like, "I don't know which side the gas nozzle is on." I'm like, "I watched life hack videos when I was 6 years old. You look next to that little pump, there's an arrow." And then so we pull in, that's a success. But then she walks out of the car and she can't find out wherever the door to open the gas thing is. And so she legit spends at least 17 minutes looking for how to open the gas pump. And then Will Brown goes and he reads the
Manual or
car
whatever.
manual or
Yeah.
whatever. And he actually genuinely figures it out. And then when she's pumping gas, he tries to clean the windshield and she yells at him. And then finally, after 30 minutes at this gas station, we're on the road again, and it is pouring down rain. And she's 20 minutes deep into her Instagram reel session. She is not looking at the road at all. And
Yeah,
the
it was
windshield
bad.
wipers, who knows how this could have been fixed. But the windshield was real dirty and could have used a cleaning at the gas station that she denied. And so they were sticking to the thing and they were really slowly moving across it. So basically we had no windshield wipers. And she's not paying attention. She's on her phone. And we're here today. So we made it
Yeah.
home. But
It was a
it was
fun
real
day.
scary.
I
And
wish we
It
now
was
could
a
go
fun day.
back.
And then I was also I was the only person parked in South Lot. And so obviously they pulled the van up to North Lot because that's where everybody is. So I had to run across the schoolyard to get to my car in the pouring rain.
you know
That's it.
Park in North Lot.
those
It sucks.
those are some pretty nice stories. But I think it's time for us to wrap things up.
I think that I was saying that I had something else to say
No,
30
I
minutes
think
ago,
we
and you
can
started
wrap it
talking
up.
about
I think
something
we're done.
nice and
We
I
can
think
wrap
interesting.
we're
it up.
done.
I think we can call
No,
it a
bro,
night.
this is my favorite episode ever so far. I feel like it's been 15 minutes.
No, we're done.
Please.
We're done. Thank you
You
all.
haven't even said as many words as I sent in the group chat,
Thank you
dude.
all for listening to this episode
We're doing a part 2.
of
I'm gonna
what.
promise it. I don't
All
know
right.
when. I don't know when. It's gonna happen.
Bye,
I'll do a solo
everyone.
podcast. I'll break down every situation that we were in.
Bye bye.